Imagine you are running a race. It's a long one, but you've got what it takes to reach the finish line. So lace up your shoes, get in position, and start running. After all, the only way to complete a race is to cross the finish line. Writing and presenting a speech can be thought of much like a race. You need a strong start, or introduction, and an equally strong finish, or conclusion. And while the majority of your speech, or your main points, might take up the most time during your race, a strong beginning and end can make or break your entire presentation. My name is Abby Harrison, and I'm a consultant at the UNCG Speaking Center. And today I would like to give you some tips on what to look for when planning out your introduction and conclusion, so that you can run your best race within a speech. So, let's start at the beginning, with the introduction. The first thing you should ask yourself when planning a speech is my introduction effective? Essentially, this means that the beginning of your speech makes clear what you're going to be talking about. Next, you want to make sure that your introduction actually catches your audience's attention. Commonly, this could be by using a story, a question, a statistic, or any other intriguing opener that captures the audience and focuses them in on what you will be presenting. Thirdly, your introduction needs to preview the main points of your speech. What is it that you're going to be talking about in your speech? Or what specific areas are you passing through while racing your race? And the last point you want to make sure to hit on in your introduction is motivating your listeners to accept your speech goals. If you are running a race, you want others to be supportive and care about your final goal. The same is with a speech. Within the introduction, you should try to persuade your audience to care about your topic. If you can check off each box for these tips, then you have what you need to start your speech or race strong and steady. Now imagine that you've been running your race for a while, and you're starting to get tired. But the finish line is so close. Don't give up now. Finish strong. Your conclusion of your speech should wrap up everything you've talked about before in a nice little bow. Much like an introduction, there are some key things to look for and incorporate when crafting a conclusion and finishing your race. First and foremost, your conclusion is to let your audience know that your speech is coming to an end. This can be done by saying something as simple as we wrap up today. But also you want to keep in mind the next point. Does your speech come to an end soon after you say it will finish? You don't want to mislead or bore your audience. An effective conclusion can be short and to the point. Typically, a good question to ask about your conclusion is, does it last no more than 1/6 of your entire speech? Within your conclusion, you also want to make sure that you're recapping your main points. This can just be a short nod to what you talked about earlier, and it goes alongside with reminding people of your speech's topic and purpose. Also, does your conclusion challenge the audience to respond to its ideas or appeals? Is there a call to action, changing their beliefs or making them think? And last but not least, your conclusion should provide a sense of closure, make a lasting impression. As you cross the finish line, you want others to cheer and signal your success. A speech is a lot like a race, and by using these strong introduction and conclusion tips, your speech will be more complete and effective towards its goal. Now go forth and run your race, and always go for the gold.